The 2016 International Builder Show, it's day 2, and I've got a special guest, the famous Lauren Hunter, the products hunter at Builder Magazine. Lauren, it's so awesome to have you with you. You're way more qualified than I am to do this video. I'm just gonna go and hand the mic right to you.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I know how much fun you have playing with all these products, so it's great to be here with you at the Huber booth. And you are really excited about a new product that they have specifically for use with their Advantech subflooring. Let's see it.
I am, Lauren. So the big deal for this year is this right here. They have new subfloor adhesive. I did a video, Lauren, about 2 years ago on testing standard subfloor adhesive, the old solvent-based, the old standard that we used for years. And I found, after doing a repair in a client's house, that the Advantech had not bonded super well with my 2x4 floor trusses. And I was using standard, I've been using for years, this kind of gold standard cartridge tube of glue that you gun out. And that glue I found did not stick very well to the Advantech. The Advantech is super stiff, and it's a polyurethane and wood mix. And that polyurethane glue in the Advantech was not sticking to that traditional adhesive.
So this new product solves that problem with a new formulation.
Yeah, so what we're looking at here is this can of foam is glue foam. It goes on and it kind of looks like standard foam, and then it settles down to a gel, and we're all polyurethane here. So now the polyurethane glue is going to stick tenaciously to that Advantech subfloor. I did a video about 1.5 years ago where I actually did a test of pulling off some polyurethane glue glued down with Advantech and the standard glue, and this polyurethane-based glue is like 5 or 6 or 10 times stronger. It absolutely bonds, and if you want to get the Advantech off once you use this, you're going to have to destroy both the joists and the Advantech. It really bonds tenaciously.
Now, you specifically said that you haven't had any squeaks in using Advantech, but this is a product that's going to solve the problem or prevent the problem of squeaks should that ever happen, especially if you start with wet panels or frozen panels or something like that. The panel and the joist have to move together, and if they're not, that's where the squeak comes from. So this is going to keep those two together. Yeah?
That's right, and they've got, the other cool thing about this is that if you use their adhesive and their subfloor, they're going to give you a warranty on the system against squeaks.
It's 10-year squeak-free guarantee, we heard. Is that it?
That's a pretty big deal. You know, in the previous 10 years, I've been building 20 now, and my first 10 years, I dealt with a lot of floor squeaks, and it is really not fun for a builder to come back on a floor squeak. I mean, you're bringing a circular saw into a client's house, you're cutting up subfloor, you're figuring out how to fix that squeak. It's ugly. It's no fun. The clients hate it. You hate it as a builder. So anything we can do as a builder to prevent that is what you want to do. And switching to Advantech was a big deal for me, and this is really the next evolution. This is your best practice for installing it.
Very cool. And also, this is because you said this is a foam product. You've got way more material in one can of this than in several cartridges of traditional adhesives.
That's right. You know, when the framers are putting the traditional adhesive on, you got to make sure it's warm because you're doing this motion all day long. The guys are dead by the end of the day, and that wrist muscle, they've got giant Popeye wrists from gunning that out, especially the northern guys where it's cold. Whereas this, on the other hand, this is going to replace like 8 tubes of traditional adhesive. And all we're doing is just a simple squeeze on that trigger. It comes out super easy. Now, they've got a short gun here that they're selling, but I would buy the longer gun. These cans are going to fit with any foam gun, so you can buy those longer tubes. The guys can just stand up and lay a bead super easy. It's a really nice product. You're going to spend more for this, but you're going to save some time and labor and certainly your hands.
Now, we heard that because they are looking at this as a solution, especially with wet and frozen lumber and dry, traditional installations, they're going to roll this out in New England and New York first, which means you're going to have to wait in Texas. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to wait in Texas, but I'll tell you, when this makes it to my market, I'll be using this. This is a great product, and I think Advantech is fantastic. Like I mentioned, used it for years. This is what all the builders who are using Advantech should switch to.
Very good. Now, you like these brands here. Is there anything else we want to see while we're here at the Huber booth?
Yeah, they've got a couple new things on the Zip side. Let's go over to that side of the booth and take a look.
Okay, Matt, we've zipped over to the Zip side of the Huber booth. Did you like that? You like that one? That there are some new products over here that you're excited about. And first you want to talk about, tell me, 2.5 inch?
I want to talk about the insulated sheathing they've got out. So they've had this insulated sheathing for a while. They've had it in some lower thicknesses, or thinner thicknesses, I should say. But now they've got this giant insulated sheathing. This is 2.5 inches thick, R12.6. So this is really a big deal, especially for the northern climate guys that are looking to control condensation in their wall. They're trying to make sure that they've taking care of all the thermal bridging. This is a good product. I'm excited about this. Remember though, when you use this really thick product, you're gonna have to do some other structural bracing. You're gonna have to do some X bracing or some metal bracing, because this is not a structural sheathing anymore. Cool product. I'm excited to see that.
Tell me why you'll use this in the south as opposed to the northern climates. What attracts you to it?
So I like the fact that all of my flashing on the outside is going to be standard. There's nothing special that you need to do. You know, Zip has a really good system with their sheathing, where everything is really easy to apply. The guys, once they do it once, know how to do it. And with that foam, adding that continuous insulation, but still having a very normal looking exterior for everything to be flashed to, that's really a big benefit.
Very cool. And speaking of flashing, this is one of the big reveals today. Show us what is new on the Zip stretch tape world.
That's right. So they've got a 6-inch tape that got revealed last year, which is a really cool product. And what I'm excited about is they've got the same product now in a 10-inch version. You and I had a little tug of war earlier with this. This stuff stretches incredibly well.
I won.
I don't know about that. It was a tie. But this is really awesome for stretching. You know, the 6-inch tape, impressive for all your penetrations, your plumbing pipes, things that are going to poke through that zip wall. But one thing we do a lot in the South is recessed windows and deep sills, and this is a great product for that. I like to see they've got this 10-inch out now.
Well, cool. Thanks for taking us on a tour of what's new at Huber. I really appreciate your time today, Matt. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me, Lauren, and stay tuned. We've got more from IBS 2016.